Cillian Murphy and Barry Keoghan were here today. Kogan. Face is looking fat again. It's not good. Have to rectify that situation. What is going on? What else? My friend refuses to go to therapy. I'm learning about MCPs and photonic computing. Trying to simulate conjectures as to solve the storage problem with AI. It's weird. Took 10 milligrams of Adderall, which is a lot. I feel different to talking to you people. I feel like I don't like you. I feel like, why am I doing it? I raised testosterone to 120. Feeling inflamed today. Took Rinvoq. I kind of hate everybody. There's a lot of weird people in Austin, Texas right now from California, and they just look like such pieces of shit. They're standing in line to go to the Paramount Theater around the corner of a building, around the corner of another building, to go see like a TV show's 30-minute air premiere. And they're wearing jeans and sneakers, and they have fanny packs on. They're overweight. They're sitting down. They're occupying the sidewalk to where I can't get the fuck home. They're in my building. They're literally like blocking the building, sitting on the ground, grown adults. The stewards of these people, like they're handlers. They're designed to tell them not to cut in line and to everything's gonna be fine. This is worth it. Like really cheering them on. They're blocking the fucking sidewalk. So many people with these bags of garbage. Merch, like, what is it? It's a canvas bag with like a group of colored pencils inside and like weird, I don't know, a kaleidoscope of your favorite, I don't know, asexual movie stars and artists, creators. Really fat women having sex with really fat men that are grateful, that puts the woman to a position of feeling like she has power for the first time in her mediocre life. He's grateful because he's getting pussy, so he'll put up with any bullshit, progressive ideology, basically wearing like a fucking mask. He's not a purple-haired fuck. He's pretending to be, to get laid and to have relations with women. And that deference is like the biggest problem in society, is that. The astroturfing of women, the sensationalism that is like the ultimate is sex. Take testosterone so your penis feels good more often, so it works for sex. Get abs and muscles so that you are a sexual object. Because making lots of money and being successful is not as important as sex. Lowest common denominator, widest market to sell to. It's really sad. It's fucked up, man. It's so awful. It's so awful. The woman's market, like selling to women, is so powerful. It's like it drives everything. Like women drive everything. 88% of all consumer decisions at home. Man makes all the bucks at work. The woman's making the choices. The empowerment of women through the like fear of reciprocity and divorce. The like bizarre incongruency between like a male who's like the breadwinner and a woman like yapping. It's bizarre. Only sociological engineering, terraforming society could make such a thing happen. Powerful men clogging up the workforce and society with women that are inept, that like are like talent headhunters and project managers that will, like, the first sign of a misogynist, they will go to a superior and make sure your career is ruined and feel good about it. Like you're some neurodivergent with like an IQ 2 standard deviations to the right. She couldn't possibly understand that. Most women who are geniuses don't even get close to that. You know, they're closer to the average, like the 140, 160 area. And, you know, you're a weirdo, brilliant person. She's the one that's going to stifle your career because you don't know how to, like, I don't know, make her feel good about herself, make her feel emotionally compliant with her ideal, which is a delusion that you have to adopt to get ahead, because she is a quote unquote project manager and you are the subject matter expert, the one with all the skills. She's the one that like facilitates the Asana architecture of keeping up with like dates, appointments, stakeholder Zoom calls. That this person is a fucking moron in terms of like competence is like, it's the ability to go to a meeting on time, check a calendar. If you want to move back something or move something up in the timeline, she's the one that blocks it and says, well, there needs to be a good reason. And there needs to, like, these women, it's crazy. It's insane. It's not all women. There's a lot of skinny, fantastic women, you know. But a lot of them are just fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. And not sexy. I don't mind a sociopath that wants to, you know, climb up the ladder and knows what she has and offer herself. I don't mind a Hope Hicks. I don't mind it. I respect it. Where I find like the that's anathema is the circle jerk of mediocrity that like have to affirm each other in their own world that they're amazing, and they're not. They're just not. But in society, you see them. They're like animals at a zoo. They're just not even real. And it's becoming the norm. I wonder if like an Indian guy who can like, he knows Haskell like off the top of his head, he can just go in a compiler, and he sees like a giant fat woman with purple hair. It's like, oh my god, this is majestic. Oh, look at that lovely rolls. Oh, honey, buttery rolls. I want it. How many stock options do I need to hit that? Oh my god. I want her to warm my body with her majestic rolls in the evening. I want her to fart under the covers and warm up my fragile vegan body. Oh, it would be like a sacred cow when I was just a baby. was like whispering, just a baby. Sorry. It's just a weird thing with like really, really skinny guys and like really heavy women. It's a weird thing going on there. It's like some weird body dysmorphia, like hypersexuality, freak off shit. Dude, my mom came from a wealthy family of all these brothers, and she hated them. And they hated her because she felt like she was better than them, like Princess Diana. And then they totally fucked me over, my brother, when she dies, and buy back her stock at Blue Book value because she thought she was better than them. Oh, yeah, great. And then she alienates me from my dad, who also is a man, obviously. And he came from a poor family and became a multimillionaire, all on his own. So that's child abuse. That's just being a woman. And then she appointed in her will all these like people that are women that she knows, like protector of the children, that didn't do anything. They just wrote checks to the executor, who's basically siphoning off money to charge legal fees to my mother's estate and go after a judgment of like $700,000 my dad owed from like 20 years ago, and just kept having like the $250,000 check, $100,000 check to the executor, his law firm, until I like was a teenager at the time, and I went to court to stop it. And I told my dad, who was furious because it was his money, part of it. My mom was offered I'm going to say the money just because it explains how ridiculous women are. She was offered $4.1 million in cash, something like that, or our house when my parents were divorced. My dad, like, this is after the divorce, but like my dad's like, you can have one or the other. You can have 4.1 million or you can have the house, but you can have both. My mom has dividend checks from her family's business. She doesn't need my dad's money. She takes the 4.1 million from my dad, later squanders it all in legal fees to go after him for more money. Brilliant. Do you know what compound interest is? It's okay. And she tells my brother and I, after she takes the 4.1, that our father kicked us out of the house. She takes the money, uses it to try to get more money from him through like fuel for legal fees after her father, rich grandfather, refused to pay for her like bullshit anymore with suing my dad. Thought it was crazy. Yeah. Brilliant. And he really liked me. But I'm just so destined to be fucked by that and like not get that inheritance, which was ample per year. The equity. And just like alienate me from all these people, tell me they're all bad, and then when it all goes to shit, when you die from cancer, and she knows it's coming too, she doesn't even tell me, because I think she's so embarrassed that she allowed this to happen. She doesn't want me to be like, she doesn't want to see it on my face. It's like, bitch, respectfully, mom, bitch, like, you're a fucking idiot, mom. You were an idiot, God, and I was a kid. It's like abusive to tell your kid that, like, they don't see their uncles because they're not good people, and you don't want them to be like, frat boys. You don't want your kids to grow up like that, but you don't also want to see them to see your dad because he cheated on you. She doesn't say that. She's like, he's just a bad person. I'm like, my dad cheated on you, maybe? Okay. He's a multimillionaire. He came from nothing. I don't mean like a middle class family. He came from like a poor family. Okay? And you take dividend checks and don't work. Dude. And I have entitlement issues like ingrained in me because of not my dad, who's a narcissist, from my mom, because I didn't see the work ethic. Dude, it's just so bad. It's so bad, mom. Oh my God. It's like when you wake up one day and you realize like the truth is like the opposite. My mom is not an evil person, but my dad is not. Like, it's like arguably my mom's the crazy one, not my dad. And that's like a fair assessment. It's like a subjective assessment, but it's disturbingly opposite of like my view of the world up until a certain point. Like all this psychological stuff, like my obsession with women, dating models, going at like beautiful women, like, you know, sex, like the ultimate is just to take care of a girl. You know what I mean? Like to get rich, of course, but to have money, take care of a girl, and go on like adventures with her. Mom, what the fuck? What did you do to me? It took me so long to realize how like wrong it's like, oh my God. My obsession with like, when I was at university once, I had all this like money from my mom's death. I rented a house in Malibu. I bought a Ferrari 430 Modena and I kept it there. I was renting the house though to like make myself look rich. And I would like fly girls out and like go to school, like go fly back to school. Like, do you want to go out to like the coast? And I would like, dude, I had so many problems. I like used money to numb myself because I was like upset. I didn't have the wherewithal to like figure out how to like why I was so angry. All these people stole from my mom, stole from me and my brother, fucked me over. But I didn't know how to like, I didn't have the skills to deal with that. So I lashed out and was self-destructive. And then I used money as a pacifier, ironically, after so much had been stolen. But I didn't have someone to like give me a path to like, here's how you get rich, or here's how you build your own thing. I didn't have that. You know, in James Bond movies, he's never working. He's just dressed nicely and going to dinners. I was really good at that. I know I'm not James Bond or Brad Pitt, but they were all really good looking. I'm tall, helps. And money helps. Tall, money, decent sense of humor helps. But my God. The codependency like forced upon me because of my mom, not even her death, like it just estrogen rockets around me all the time, just generally didn't like men. But like entitled because of her money, her position. Dude, it's so vile. Oh my God. Do you know how many meetings I took to get a $2.1 million seed? Like 45 meetings. And I spent like $260,000 on a car when I was in college. Dude, it's like that I didn't earn, dude. Like it gets worse, but that's I'm gonna like give it a gap. It gets worse. The spending, the avoiding things, the like fantasy life thing. It's like an avoidance thing. I don't know what of exactly. I think it's like PTSD from people fucking me over. PTSD is like, like betrayal, confusion, all sorts of stuff. A lot of anger. But the point of killing everybody out of rage that stole from you when you were a child, that took advantage of you when your mom died and they knew that your dad wasn't in your life, her fault. Lawyers, trustee, family, like killing people doesn't solve anything. You know, the best revenge is living well. But the problem is that with that psychological craziness, it took me forever to get my shit together. Forever. Because it was awful. And it kept getting worse. And it wasn't, things got worse. And my actions, my response was worse. It's almost like it was like we were fighting. Let's see how many fucked up things can happen to me, and let's see how bad my response is. Like, what's the worst possible response? Sudoku, whatever. I never do those, but like, fill in the blank, whatever. I don't even know what the fuck a Sudoku is. Fill in the blank. 4 words, 4 letters, or no, 6. Fucked. Like you're fucked. It's fucked, and then your response is fucked. Like if you yell at the top of your lungs as if someone gives a fuck that you're getting fucked over, because you don't know how to deal with it. Your revenge is self-destructive, and you're hoping that like your outrage justifies I don't know, itself, and also solves it doesn't. But it would have been better if I just shot everyone with a gun than what I did to the crazy stuff that I did. And also like under this like false impression of like my dad's horrible and I'm honoring my mom, and dude, so bad. Oh, dude. But I did learn this. I'm being exhausted today, like working on this stuff, and had to talk with the SEC today, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't file this thing correctly. It's just like all this stuff, and it was like, okay, fine. It doesn't when you have money, you just realize that this is your life. Like stopping and doing nothing, or like half-assing life, isn't the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to always be learning, always be building, and have someone that's there that you can share that with, and you can help support with your winnings or remunerations from your endeavors and your risk taking. You don't just shut it down and go to an island or do nothing. A man without purpose is nothing. It's just true. Like the hustle never ends. It really doesn't. You'll be miserable watching TV, going to fancy hotels, flying on a jet, wherever, without purpose. Purpose is not bliss. It is contextual happiness within its constructive unification of your soul, a goal, and existing in the world. Just blithely walking through life, floating, doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. You have to like challenge yourself. And also, I guess in a Buddhist or Zen way, be accepting of the troubles as things go and not let them beat you down. Because if you like focus on the present of the beating downs, or the past beating downs in the present form, or how each thing that was like a adversarial whatever salvo missile, you just take it and you keep going. You try to solve the problem. You don't avoid it. You don't like go on a fancy dinner or start eating like bonbons because you're stressed out. Hard not to do this. Easier said than done. But you think about the problem, remind yourself of your goals, and solve it. And you love yourself, and you say, everything's gonna be okay. I was in going to a test at university, and this graphing calculator I had, it had a message from my mom on it that I found years later, TI-83 Silver Edition, whatever, like dear real name, everything's gonna be okay. Love, Mom. And I was like, oh, I thought it was like from like the ether. I was like crying about it, and I showed my girlfriend at the time, whose parents bought her a multi-million-dollar house in Georgetown, and because they were concerned about her drinking problem, so they bought her a multi-million-dollar house off campus. Brilliant. Perfect duo. Borderline personality disorder, my first one, and trust fund kid. prodigal son together. Nothing can stop us. Oh my God. Let's check the, let's just check the, you know, the site, make sure everything's up. Clav streaming. What's he doing? Let's check in a second. Looks good. Okay, let's go back. Clav. What are you doing, Clav? Still in Miami? Why are the Foids so basic? Why does this guy have his shirt off?
Bro, imagine we fucking. That's 48% chance we turn it into 400,000. Yeah. 48% chance. I'll take 50. I'll touch you up with 50 bucks, bro.
Maybe the stupid money is the smart money. Maybe like some random person that bought what did they do? They bought $50 million of Aave the other day. It was like on unusual whales for purchases on Twitter. Like I was like, Aave, I remember Aave. It was like that coin for making loans to people, right? It was like some sort of like peer-to-peer loan proxy or protocol. Some asshole bought $36 million of it. They sold something. So it sold Ethereum for 50 to buy 36 million of Aave. I don't know, something like that. Wait a minute. Okay, this is as it is. Maybe they're not so smart. Crypto investor turns 50 million into 36,000 in one botched move. Aave founder Stani Kulechov said the interface displayed multiple slippage warnings, which the user manually accepted on a mobile device. A crypto trader lost about 50 million in a single transaction after swapping interest-bearing ETH USDT for ETH Aave through CAP protocol. Large losses by slippage occasionally occur in decentralized finance when traders attempt to execute unusually large orders against shallow liquidity. Yeah, I bet. Who the fuck is buying Aave? Like, what the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Oh my God, things are getting out of control. What's the futures market doing right now? It feels like it wants to capitulate. Like this is the beginning of like icky, doesn't it? A little bit. It's up. Thank heaven. Trump administration so they lifted the sanctions on Russia. They're allowing purchase of Russian oil already at sea. Already at sea. Interesting. One of the things that Russia likes to do with enriched uranium, the swap contracts with China, they send their uranium there. China allegedly sends Chinese uranium at a premium, of course, the swap trade to get the liquidity out there from Russia. They don't have to use their own domestically. They're using Russian, but there's pay interest to do so that Russia has a buyer. But this is interesting. No, I want Iran to take full advantage of the World Cup, and I want them to beat Israel in like Group E. That would be hilarious. Just 4 goals, 4-0. Go! Anything interesting going on? It's not really up. It's not up. Like up is like 1%. In this market, 30 up you know, almost 40% or 0.4% S&P 500 futures is that's just like it's nothing. Dude, these people and their music. Shut the fuck up. What kind of car? The fuck? What is... It's like it's playing right outside. Please be a motorcycle. Oh. God. I can't. When you're a kid, you like to play music loud and like have everyone hear it. You get older, you realize what an asshole you are for doing that your entire life. Such a fucking asshole. I like to play in those Whammos, the night classical music, the night the night P, the Chopins, and the kind of the darker movements, and just maybe have the window slightly down to get some breeze, but it's quiet. I'm just listening. I do not give a fuck about like anyone, what they think of my car, or dude, it's not even jadedness of being older. Like you get old enough to buy, like I wanted a Bentley Continental GT. Now you can buy one, and dude, you don't want to date anyone because they're your fucking car. You don't want anyone to know shit because they're going to like follow you home and then slit your throat. But like you just want to be on your own, you know, just do your own thing. FBI investigating Michigan synagogue attack as targeted act of violence. Yeah, I imagine. I imagine that they are. And I don't think anyone cares. It's awful, but I don't think anyone cares. I think like Trump's like, we don't want Iran at the World Cup. They might hurt themselves. Someone might get upset. Who? Mossad? Like, I don't think anyone's on. I don't think anyone cares. I really don't think anyone cares. They might pretend that they care, but they don't care. You kill this guy's, the leader of a country. You just kidnapped one. You kill another, and you're like, these people are awful. It's like they shouldn't be at the World Cup because we want to make sure that they're safe. What? What do you? Well, the innocent Iranian soccer players or whatever. I'm like, give me a break, dude. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Where's that revolution? They're all like pro-government. They hate the U.S. because they think it's wrong. You kill this fucking guy and you're telling the son what to do. He should step down. You should appoint some puppet guy. Dude, it's not even about like whether you are pro-Israel, pro-Iran or whatever, Muslim, Hindu. It's just the principle of it. Like this fucking orange man shooting from the hip, telling people what to do. It is a difficult situation. I do worry that it's going to escalate. Like it's just not good. The Strait of Hormuz, how long are they going to have that under wraps with the sea mines? It's just a nightmare. Let me go back. How long have we been streaming for? I'm like the worst streamer in the world. I'm like, how long do I have to do this for? How much longer? Let's see. Oh, that's pretty good. 34 minutes is like plenty of time.
Security? Alright. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Alright, boys. Let's get in there. Have a good... I have a better idea. Watch.
Aiden Ross playing blackjack.
We're sitting here with our fucking dicks in our hands, like 580. Take the money or fucking. Got your roulette, I think, and just do Lico, whatever Lico says. 10. Boss, dude. Dude, well, they never bust on a 6. 70. Awesome. Oh, nice. Lico, roulette or blackjack? Like regular blackjack. It's a sign? Yeah, I know. Roulette or blackjack? Give me some gold Jew boy. BJ, chat wants BJ. Alright, come on, let's go to regular blackjack, pragmatic. That's what got me back. Let's go, dude. Come on. We can't go to Keno, dude. Seat's fucked from the original.
I went to the casino. I made a decent amount of money playing poker over like 3 days. I went to the blackjack table. I thought it was like 6 o'clock in the evening, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I left. It was like the afternoon. I was down $25,000, something like that, playing blackjack. And I was like, dude, I made more money playing poker, but it was like, what am I doing? I thought I was like on a heater. I'm going to like get this and I'm going to buy something stupid like a watch or something, or use it to fly somewhere and like blow money like crazy. And yeah, I just blew 25 G's. I got comped for the Mayweather fight once because I like table games. So I'd play poker and I would like go play a table game. Never again. I'm never playing blackjack ever again in a casino. Unless I own the casino. Then it's just a rebate.